Welcome, City League Sports Show here. What's going on, Central Ohio and all the listeners around the world? Today in the studio, we are sharing some love with all City first team basketball players. We have Mifflin's Nathaniel L.J. Foster Jr. in the house, and we got Mr. Sam Whitaker III of International. We're going to start with the old guy here, senior in the house. Say what's up, say hello to everybody, say your name and say everybody welcome to the show.
What up, everybody? It's Sam over here. Welcome to the show. Hope you enjoy it.
Let's sift it over here. Come on, give me what you got, LJ. Say hello to everybody.
Hey, everybody. It's LJ Jr. at Mifflin. Let's get rolling.
There we go. Look, hey, I love it. Let's get rolling. I'm your host, everyone, as you all know, Dr. Vince Clarno. Let's get into some stories, man. So I want to start. You two young guys, right? You guys got like probably some different paths to Columbus City schools. If I'm correct, Sam, your family moved here from Springfield area when you were younger. You're an elementary guy. So do you still have ties to the Springfield area, or is most of your family here now?
Yeah, I still have ties to the Springfield area. Most of my dad's side of the family still live down there.
Okay. So do you follow any Springfield? Like, do you have cousins and stuff? Do you have people playing in Springfield, things like that in some of their schools?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your dad's family is still in Springfield, and then LJ, you're a Columbus City guy. You grew up here in Columbus. Mm-hmm. I was reading in your narrative. You're a Howard Recreation Center guy, right? So Sam, you're shaking your head. Are you a rec center kid also?
I'm in the Linden Rec.
Linden Rec. Hey, so here's the beauty of it, right? And before I let you go too deep into Howard Rec, we sit here, the three of us, and to share with you how we're connected, right? I'm a rec center kid. Mm-hmm. I grew up East Side, Barnett, and Far East. And the beauty of having that opportunity for us as kids is phenomenal when you can just have a place where you can go, man, and kind of express yourself and grow up. But tell me about young days, LJ, Howard Rec Center, man. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I started at Howard when I was around 5 or 6. I was just a young kid playing basketball, and then it brought me into the experience of playing basketball. I was playing always up with the older group. You know, Howard Rec, you always got competition. Like, you got guys like Sean Jones, he came out of Howard, and even Northwest freshman King Kendrick, he came out of Howard Rec. So it's just a lot of competition, fun, and then all my leaders and mentors taught me how to play the game the correct way and taught me some skills that I use today.
That's all right, man. Hey, that's some good stuff that I'm gonna circle back to that. But now you shared something. So do you know who Howard Recreation Center is named after?
I don't.
So we shared this on the last episode, and I think is every time Howard Rec Center is going to come up, I'm going to share him some love. So we had a long-standing coach, man, that many people in Central Ohio think was one of our best, a guy named Bruce Howard, and was coaching over at Brookhaven. Great guy, man, just loved the basketball community. And so it was great to see the Recreation and Parks Department embrace him in that fashion and what he did to give back. So we got a lot of love for, City Recreation and Parks Department, Bruce Howard Center. And so you guys get these chances to cut your teeth. You learn the game. You've been around good people. And so, like, here you both are. You sit here today. Sam, you're a senior. Right, LJ, you're a junior, so your lens is a little bit different, and you'll learn this, like, you know what I mean, LJ, when you get into your senior year. So how has your senior been, man? Just talk to us about international basketball, and give us a little bit of the journey. I don't think everyone really knows, like, the international kind of journey a little bit. And I don't mean you got to go back to, like, he's smiling. Hey, radio listeners, I made him smile for some odd reason. This young man is awfully quiet today. We're going to get him warmed up here. But tell us just, like, during your 4 years, tell me about how international has been.
At international.
Stop shaking so much. You okay, man? There you go.
At international, I came in there. We was winning literally no games at all. We had to build the program from scratch. My senior class really put the school on the map for real. So, we put the work in. Coach gave us what we needed, the tools, all we needed. So put the work in.
Who was your freshman coach?
Mike Bell.
Oh, okay. So you've had the same coach all 4 years. Okay. Coach Bell's been your coach for 4 years. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, built the program up, started winning games, got more confidence, playing bigger games, got into some tournaments over the break and stuff. Yeah. That we got invited to. It's really like a learning experience for us, seeing that you really do anything if you just really put your mind to it for real.
Okay. Yeah. Is that something that Coach Bell, does he preach that? Is that part of what he brings as a coach?
Yeah.
Coach Mike Bell, and everyone's heard this, he's been on the show. Mm-hmm. He's a Columbus guy through and through, man. I love the guy. I've had his brothers on the show. I've known his family. I don't really, it's funny because when you're in a city for so long, and people who have memories way better than me, I don't remember not knowing Coach Bell. I've known him basically my whole life. He was on the other side of the city, but I've known him forever and can't remember when I met him. But we've been cool forever. So you all had some big moments this year though. So this year, the 22-23 basketball season, like give me some highs for international, because didn't you all beat some teams this year that you've never beat before?
Beat Beechcroft for the first time.
Get that out there, man.
You beat Linden for the first time. Who else?
Yeah, hey, look, radio listeners, this young, see, like he's smart. He's got this big personality inside. I think he's being reserved a little bit, but Sam, have some fun. So you guys beat Beechcroft for the first time and put that energy out there. You get a win against Linden this year. Yes. So what does that do for a basketball program, for a school that's maybe, if I had to think, so I think International opened maybe 2010 or 9 or 10. So you're talking about a school that's less than 15 years old. Mm-hmm. What does that do for the energy and the culture inside the program?
It's making more kids trying to look at the school now.
Okay.
So it's giving them a reason to not just go there.
Nice. So both of you are a part of special seasons right now at your schools, right? And so here's the beauty of it. Now, International, you're new, but like I've been around long enough where like I can remember almost every school in Central Ohio having their highs and their lows, right? And so Mifflin, LJ, here you guys sit, and you finished second in the City League North Division this year. Mm-hmm. But tell everybody a little bit about what's been going on at Mifflin, right? Because you all have had some highs this year as well.
Yeah, this year it was like they said it was our best season since 2005. We 16-6. We got some big wins. Like this is my first time in my 3 years. We beat Beechcroft twice.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we
twice.
Swept a couple teams.
That's nice. Swept a couple teams. That's nice.
Linden a couple times, so it was good. I'm still looking for a win against Northfield. I haven't beat them yet in my career. But
wow.
So
okay.
So it was just some fun games like that. We beat last week on Tuesday. We beat Ontario Berlin, which is a 12 seed. Well, that was our big win of the year. So
nice.
Started like that because we started off 1-3. We lost our. We won our first game against Central Crossing, then we lost 2 tough games with Buckeye Valley and Northland, and then we went on like a 7-8 game win streak.
Okay.
Dropped a couple games, lost 2 to Northland Independent.
So overall, though, y'all are having a successful season. Mm-hmm. You've got some wins that you haven't traditionally got in the past. I like that and that's the beauty of it, right? Like the beauty of sports. Every once in a while, you get a chance. You sweep a team. I can say this. When I was in school, so I went to Columbus Walnut Ridge. Mm-hmm. When I was playing, man, we couldn't get over that Eastmore hump at the time, man. So I give some love to those guys that were running and doing things there really well. Nick Fawcett was at Eastmore. Carlos Davis, Lamont Barnes. We give shout outs on this show, right? I don't know if y'all know that now. We give shout outs. So those guys were tough to beat, man, and we didn't split, we didn't beat them, we didn't do anything. So, if I see them guys now, man, if I can dribble around them one time, I'll take a win just on walking down the sidewalk against those guys. But it shows the memories that you make. So here I sit, some 20, 30 years removed. I'm mumbling radio. Listen, I don't want y'all to know how long I've been out of school. Here I sit, removed from a long time, right? But I can still remember those games, and they were fun times, right? And that's the beauty of sports in general, right? So I encourage young people all over, get involved, because it's just going to really enhance your overall experience. But I want to dig down for you two now. Share with our listeners, like, give me some of the challenges that you faced along the way. You guys are young people, but you're not immune to challenges. So share with me, either one of you, who wants to go first? What's been some obstacles that have gotten in the way here? Look, they silent. Hey, look. Listen. It's beautiful if you don't have any challenges in life, right?
I can start.
There you go. Let me hear what you got.
So, it's been a lot. Like over the summer, I lost a couple deaths in the family and close friends. So one of my friends, I got my first tattoo. I got him tatted for me because he was like my best friend.
Really close friend. Yeah,
he passed away from suicide back in August, and then that was like tough for me, and I was in a bad place. And then after that, I lost a lot of family losses. So I was just trying to get back in the groove of basketball. And then when the season first started, I went down with an ankle injury, and I missed a couple of games. So it was just like that. But I got back over the hump. kept playing and kept fighting and just doing things like that.
Hey man, let me share this, right? And I appreciate, and I think our listeners can appreciate you sharing something of that degree. Like, you know what I mean? That's special. I say this, kudos to, you know, your family and your support team, right? To being able to guide you, because you sit here today as a very spirited and open. And we're gonna get to basketball in a minute, right? Because I'm gonna tell a little story about you. Okay. We're gonna get to basketball in a minute. But any challenges in your life, man, as you've gone through this journey, man? Your 4 years, high school.
The main challenge I had, most likely confidence. I was not confident at all coming to my freshman year.
Okay.
At all coming to my freshman year.
Who helped you with that, would you say?
Really my coaching staff. They really just told me, just be me on the court, do what I gotta do. Don't anything go wrong, just flush it for real. That's just Coach Bell's favorite sayings, flush it. Flush it. Okay. Flush it. I
like that. Hey, you know, it's fun because like when I listen to you all and we have coaches on the show, I get from my own bag of tricks to pick up on little you know, coaching tips. We had Coach Mike Bates from Afrocentric on the show. And for the first time, and I've been around sports my whole life, and he introduced to us the term Q-tip. And I said, what's Q-tip? Have y'all heard that before?
Oh, sir.
So for Q-tip in his program, it means quit taking it personal. It's not personal. Nobody's out here trying to attack you as a young person. Coaches are trying to coach you and help you get better. Confidence is a main part, right? And, you know, we could talk a lot about Coach Bell. Coach Bell can make a lot of people feel confident, right? Good for him and good for them being able to, you know, to help you out and get into that space where you can be on the court and have fun. For me, I always say, you know, especially in basketball, I always say 2 seconds. So that's similar to flush it. For me, 2 seconds. You get 2 seconds to be upset about the play. Let's keep it moving, you know, because the game of basketball is so fast paced. Boom, boom, boom. There's not a lot of delays, right? It's not like a football where you reset. You know, you come down and score. Okay, you got to be ready to go. And then sometimes you don't even get 2 seconds, right? Sometimes you get a split second. You take a bad shot, and before you know it, the team is going the other way for a fast break. That's the beauty of the game. But now you two sit here, dun, 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 right? And you know this, but you two sit here as first team all-league players as well, right? And so your name goes on to a long list of really talented basketball players from Central Ohio. Some who have gone on and been Mr. Ohio, some who have gone on and become McDonald's All-Americans. I mean, you know what I mean? So to be on that list, you'll get to sit someplace, right? You know what I mean? In 10 years from now and say, come on, man, I'm a first team All-City guy. Like I was out here putting in work. What does it mean to you to have that honor? LJ, we'll start with you.
It means a lot because coming into me, like my freshman year.
Do y'all know the process? I'm sorry, do y'all know the process?
Like the vote?
Yeah. So you do.
I know it's a coach's vote.
Coaches vote, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and that's not anything secret. You know, our coaches vote for who they believe are the all-league players. So what that says is, as you look around, the other coaches say, man, LJ and Sam was getting it. You know what I mean? So it ain't just your coach, it's other coaches saying that you're getting it. So what does that mean to you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. It was just coming into my freshman year, like I always worked up because like my freshman year I was coming in freshman, starting varsity, and then
Did you start varsity?
Oh, yes, sir.
Ah, man. Did you start varsity? Y'all both shaking
I did.
It's a new breed of basketball out here. I'm sorry, man. That threw me off. So you started varsity freshman. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just been working up, trying to just put the hours in consistently because freshman year I got honorable mention. Last year, sophomore year, I got second team. So I was working up, finally got the first team, just kind of keep it going, don't limit myself. People always tell me, it was like, LJ, you got potential. Don't ever stop growing and keep going.
Yeah.
Everybody say they always seen it in me since I was little back at Howard. So it was just like that. I always just consistently stayed in the gym, putting in reps, taking the extra shots after practice, staying after practice, get my teammates come in, like, let's work out a little bit. So
I love it.
Get everybody better.
I love it. Yes, indeed. So go ahead, Sam. What you got, man? How does it feel to be a first team All-City guy, man? Are you the first one from international? Has anybody else made first team?
I was
before?
one other person.
Oh, was it? So you're the second one in school history. Nice. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's an honor for real. It's a great to see other coaches acknowledging my talent I have. And then, it's like very brings a lot of self-esteem.
Yeah. I mean, and let me say this. If you think about just the number of players, so, you know, if we just do simple math, right? And we say there's 8 teams in the North Division. Mm-hmm. Let's say every school just has 10 players. Mm-hmm. Well, that's 80 kids.
Yeah.
We only honor 6. Right, so that lets you know right away, like, and you should you at this stage of the season, you get down to the end of the season and you start to do all league awards and all districts and all these other things that come out and people vote on, and all of the accolades are nice and they're well deserved. But yeah, you should walk around with you have to be confident. You can walk around with your chest stuck out a little bit. Doesn't mean be a jerk, but you're allowed to be confident, right? You should have, like being in sports. There's a fine line. This is what I'm about to get to with you right now, right, LJ? But there's a fine line between, like kind of being arrogant and a jerk and having some swag. You can have some swag, you know what I mean? You can walk around and say, let's get it, right? You should be excited and pumped up for your games. But here's what I want to share with you, LJ. I came to a game, and I'll get to a game that I got to, Sam, but I came to a game, and I don't know, has anyone ever told you about your style of play? Like does your family or anybody ever share that with you?
Not really. Most people just say I play like a player that just plays with his own pace and his own like type of game, because I don't got the shifty dribble, but I know how to get to a spot.
Yeah. Well, I'm speaking to your demeanor. So before I ever met you, before we ever spoke, I watched you play a couple of times, and I just always I said to myself, he needs to be on the football field, or you need to be in a boxing ring, and not because you were fighting or doing anything wrong, but you have like this tough energy about you. And then I remember speaking to you one time, and I'm like, this dude's amazing. Like you got, and that's beautiful in sports. I'll be honest with you, like to be able to, go into a game and you can like turn it on, and it's game time. So I love your game time energy, right? But without knowing you, I'm sitting there in the stands. I would have thought you was a tough guy who had a hardened shell, right? Because that's the way you play. I mean, so you're locked in when you play. I saw you all play a couple of times this season, as well as saw International play a couple of times. Followed you all around to some places. I remember last year I was watching you guys in the tournament over at Academy.
Yes, sir.
Saw you early in the season, right? So early in the season, you guys kind of had a little hiccup against, I think it was Centennial.
Yeah, the first. Yeah. Oh my God.
Hey, look at that, right? And I'll be like, Centennial had a good, and in all due respect to all of our teams in our league, Centennial had an amazing night that night. Yeah. Because they were hitting shots, and I walked away like, wow, I ain't seen a team shoot this well in a while.
They didn't miss.
Yeah, I mean, they were just throwing it up and it was going in, right? And fun. But then you all rebound from that season, right? I mean, from that game, and really make this a respectable season, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I say this, right? So now let's have some basketball fun for a moment, right? Do you all follow kind of the higher level of basketball, NBA, college, stuff like that to some degree?
I like college more than NBA, but yeah.
I love it. Yes, indeed. So do I. But we're gonna have a fun conversation for a moment. So first, I want to do what I like. We're gonna do like a rapid fire. Okay, this is gonna be a chance for people to get to know both of you a little bit better. So rapid fire. I want you to share. And y'all don't know which one of you I'm going to ask first, right? So I want you to share your favorite NBA player of all time. Could be a current player or not. And then I want you to share your favorite food. And then I'm going to circle back to you. So we're going to you, Sam.
Yeah.
Look. That's my no look right there. Go ahead.
Favorite food is macaroni. Macaroni is so good. It's like, I don't know.
Is this mom's? Is this your parents' macaroni?
My dad's macaroni.
Dad. What's Dad's name? Is Dad the second?
Yes, sir.
Sam Whitaker II, macaroni. I love it. Yes, indeed. Okay, Dad gets some love. Dad, you got to make a team meal or something for somebody then with that type of love. Who's your favorite player?
Right now. Ooh,
whoever. What you mean right now?
I like Shaq.
Oh, Shaq. I like Shaq. Okay. I didn't expect to hear a Shaq. You know what I mean? Growing up watching Shaq, I was an adult when Shaq was playing. I mean, fun player to watch, right? You know what I mean? So give us what you got, LJ. Tell me favorite food and favorite player.
I'm gonna start favorite player. So ever since I was little, I always like watching Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson been my favorite player. Just like watching. I never get to see them play, but like just watching his highlights and everything, and people like compare him to some people like Kyrie with the ball handling. Just watching him. Like,
they should be comparing Kyrie to him.
Yeah,
not him to Kyrie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
People just like he really started a different type of movement in basketball with dribbling. Like it wasn't seen before, and then like that's just always my favorite player. But then favorite food, my mom make tuna casserole.
Ooh wee! So let me share this about the two names you all said, and here's where we're gonna have a little fun, right? I will share about Allen Iverson. So when I was in college, we were lucky enough to play against Georgetown. And I'll share this very simple because we're talking basketball. Allen Iverson, I think he had like maybe 2 points in the first half. He finished with like 19. I think he had 17 in the second. Me just put on a show the second half, and I was like, oh, okay. That's the guy that was in the scouting report. You know what I mean? That guy in the first half was walking around like a zombie. Oh, that's the guy right there in the scouting report that we heard about how special he was. Phenomenal athlete. You know, a lot of people don't know Allen Iverson played football. He's a quarterback in high school.
That's small. That's a small quarterback.
Yeah, small. That's right. But he had an amazing arm though, right? So I brought up the NBA stuff because everyone talks about right now they're talking a little bit about this GOAT debate between Jordan and LeBron. I'm curious to hear what is your generation hear and think when you hear those comments, having not like you all know the mythical Michael Jordan, and then you know the player LeBron per se. But I'm curious to hear what is someone from your, because I hear from everybody in my generation, and you can imagine what all us old guys say, right? Jordan, right? MJ. So what do y'all say when y'all just think about it? When you hear the narrative, what comes to your mind? I think listeners would be curious to hear from a different, a different generation's thoughts.
I mean, for me, like, LeBron's my GOAT just because the way he's been able to...
You said that with straight confidence. Like, you didn't even pause for a second. Radio listeners, TV, video. Come on. Okay, I'm sorry, LeBron.
All respect to Michael Jordan, but it's just like you said, I never got to watch Jordan play, but I've been able to watch LeBron play ever since, even since high school. He's just been a different athlete, and nobody really seen him. He came into the league young and still was doing what he was doing. Like, people, and all that pressure that he had, he was able to withhold it. He took over the all-time scorer leader, and people always talk about his losses in finals.
Y'all go, man.
His losses in the finals and stuff, but he'd been able to carry some teams. He might have been able to win it all, but at least he got to play on that stage where the lights was bright, and he always shined. It wasn't. I'd never seen a game where LeBron really he had some bad games, but I never seen a game where he really went away. Like, even if it's a bad game, he's not gonna stop taking that shot. Keep playing defense. He's gonna keep being an energy type of guy.
He ain't gonna stop taking the shot. What you guys? Are you saying the same thing over here? Are you? Hey, and let me share with you. Sam Whitaker II is listening. So just before you give your answer,
he would have said Kobe. He would have said Kobe.
Okay, so your dad is saying Kobe. So what are you saying then? The third. What are you saying?
I'm saying LeBron. I ain't gonna lie.
I thought your pause was gonna give us some love, man. I'll say this, right? From being someone who got a chance to experience and watch both careers. You know what I mean? I was a little bit younger when Jordan first was kind of on the scene in the 90s. I was in high school, similar to like you guys are with LeBron. But when you see these two guys, like, the takeaway is this, and this is the reason why I bring it up though, right? What every player, every kid, every person that's out there playing the game, you don't have to become an MJ or a LeBron, but you can learn from any group of people, right? And I think the takeaway, like, if you ever really listen to these guys, they talk about the work. You know what I mean? And so one of the big things that I see with kids today and this generation, I think there's I shouldn't say everyone. I think there's a portion that believes magic dust is just going to come in and be sprinkled on you, and all of a sudden you go out and have a good game. It doesn't work that way. Like, you have to put in the time, you have to put in the work, you have to do the things in order to have those successes, right? In order to be on the court in front of, a sold out gym or a packed house of people and perform. Sam, I turn to you now. So now we get into some of the personal stuff a little bit. We talked a little basketball. It's nice to, any show that can get Shaq and AI, comment in the show is a good show, right? We talking about a 7-footer on one end, a 5 foot, 9 guy. Everybody say, Iverson's he's not a big guy, man. Which tells you really how special he is. But I say that to say, Sam, so I'm reading, and so you play some instruments, you got some music stuff going on as well. Tell me a little bit about that, man, and then tell me some of the things I'm hearing that, post school. What's what you want to study, what you want to do?
I grew up playing drums. I was in a drum line for basically my entire elementary, middle school.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Played.
So you learn that cadence, that beat, that thump, that
rhythm
going. Yeah, that rhythm going. Okay. So coaches should be able to tap into that. But go ahead. So go ahead and tell us a little bit. You've been playing drums.
I'm playing drums, and then really, I've been trying to get into more stuff, but it's like with school, basketball, all this stuff, going to college, that. Yeah. It's really it's really time consuming. I ain't got enough time for real.
Certainly.
But going to college, I'm trying to study architectural engineering.
What does that mean? Building houses and stuff?
Yeah, like designing the houses.
Okay, designing buildings and homes and that stuff. Okay. Weight load management on the house, all that structural stuff. Nice, okay. I knew it, but I just wanted to hear you talk about it. Yeah. Let me ask you this. Because I don't think most people would think someone who plays an instrument is also an athlete, right? Kind of maybe sit on polar opposites. Has playing an instrument helped you in any phase? Like can you carry over some of the disciplines from playing an instrument into what you do in sports?
The fundamentally different, but you gotta have the same mindset. You always gotta remember, like plays, you gotta remember the cadence the same way you gotta remember the plays. And it's like you always gotta carry the load. If you mess up, everything's gonna mess up. So it's like I carry it on the court. If I mess up, I see that as I'm letting the team down so that everything's going to go downhill from there. Yeah,
nice. That's senior leadership right there. You know what I mean? It's nice to hear that type of energy. I think that's great. I share that you can do anything. And let me say this. You made a comment just now about time and time management and those things. Some of the most successful people on the planet, they learn time management. I'm not saying it's easy, right? And I know adults that have horrible time management. I work with some of them, right? So like, you know what I mean? Time management is not easy to master. Don't be hard on yourself about that, right? And let me share with you that in the game of life of time, you do have time, right? And so, your pace is your pace. Set the goals. Right? Set the goals that you want to achieve and then work towards those goals. And don't let the pressure of what somebody else says should be your time to accomplish those goals be the pressure for you doing it. Do what you enjoy doing. Goals don't have to change. You know what I mean? And if it takes you 5 years, it takes you 5 years. If it takes you 10 years, it takes you 10 years. I've set some goals in life that I finished as an adult, past the age of 40, and it's okay, right? So know that. I don't want you to beat yourself up about that. Have fun with it, right? And so now let's turn over here. So when I'm reading a part of your narrative, family is a big part of your life. You talked about some siblings and some things of that nature. So just give everybody a peek behind the scene, man. Tell me who are the Fosters, man?
My Fosters, like you got my dad's side family. He's from Cleveland.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking about your nuclear family, your core, your family. Yeah.
Yeah, you just got like me, my dad, and my sister, really. I got brothers and sisters, but they live in Cleveland, so they're not here central. But my mom, my sister, my dad, they really, every single game they yelling my name, Colin. And my sister, she like one of my biggest
Older
supporters.
or younger sister?
Older. I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest, okay.
Yeah. So my biggest sister, she's always my support. Like I hear her in the stand the loudest, always posting, saying, like she just always makes sure is that.
Look at that smile right there. Younger brother smile. That's love right there. Yeah, it's nice to have, and this is a common theme on the show. I'm big on support systems and support teams, families. Wrap yourself around your kids. If you're listening out there, give them an opportunity. I will share, right? And I don't mean I don't know who your sister is. I've been at games, and so clearly I guess but we have some fans. I'm gonna use this as a plug who sometimes go too far. Come on, adults, cut that out. These games are not built for you to be in the stands acting out and doing something silly. Yeah. The game is for you to enjoy, your young person or your team or your community, out there playing and participating. And I share, fans, please root on your kids, root on your team, cheer for your team. Don't boo the other team. Don't, you know what I mean? Like because it brings such a negative and ugly energy into the room. I shared with you all when we were setting up, man, time goes fast in here. So we got to start to wind down. You guys have been a joy, man, to have on the show. I love your journey. I love where you're going. I love what's next for you. Sam, we'll continue to, send us the shout outs, let us know what you're doing in life. And, LJ, we'll be looking for, we'll be looking for you to come back next year. You know what I mean? I know when the schedules come out, you'll be circling Northland, right, on the schedule. Hey, look, that's the last team you got to get, right? I think both of you have been tremendous to your schools and your school community. And so I'd like to pause always here and allow you all to say whatever you would like to say, that, you know what I mean, as a sound off. So, LJ, we'll go to you first as the younger guy in the room, and then we'll turn over here to the senior, to the old fella. Right?
Yes, sir.
There you go. He's smiling a little bit. Turn to the old fella. I get to say old fella, right, when you're seniors, man. But go ahead. Share anything you want to share, man, and then we'll start to wrap up.
Most people, like, when they see me and then they see me as a basketball player, most people don't think, like, me, like, my biggest pride I take is my academics, because I do part-time Columbus State, and then I got to carry 4.5 cumulative GPA. So that's my biggest pride I take, because I know I can play basketball, but I always know my mind can carry me to a different level of measurement that not a lot of people can relate to.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I mean, that came out of nowhere. Hey, let me share this with you. Commend you for sharing that. You know what I mean? Big ups to just getting it done in the classroom. I say that all the time, man. Like, you got to get in there. You got to be. I mean, I was an honor roll dude, but I wasn't no 4.5 kid, right? So I can't even share my little whatever it was, my little 3 something. I can't share that on the show. So go ahead, man. We turn to you, Sam. What do you want to share as we get out of here?
I'm gonna share it. Everybody just be you. Don't let nobody like mess with you. Like, everybody do what you want to do in life. Like, just focus on your main goal. Any bad negative energy, you can go ahead. Cut it out. I mean, it's gonna come, but just focus on yourself for real.
Yeah. Well, and let me share this. Know who your core team is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's okay to have empathy and care about friends and family and team, right? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's part of it, man. You guys play team sports, so that's part of it. But you're right about that negativity. And negativity doesn't always have to be in the form of somebody who's against you. It just may be somebody who's on a different path than you. Right, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you might have somebody as a classmate who's going in a different direction than you going. Doesn't mean they're being negative towards you, but you just kind of, like you said, stay focused on your goals. It's okay to have team goals. You know what I mean? And then allow those things to be a part of your journey. The journey is what it's all about, and that's why I said earlier, both of you, part of your journey now is first team all-league basketball players. You get to carry that for a lifetime. You know what I mean? And while it may not, like, just for good old fun, bragging and having conversations, sitting down, you bump into some people later on in life at a barbecue, a cookout, whatever it may be. It's nice to be able to have those stories, right? It becomes a part of your story. We didn't get mom's name. What's your mom's name?
My mom's name is Kathy.
Kathy. So Kathy and Sam Whitaker II. We did get in this show some macaroni and cheese and some tuna casserole, right? I love it. Hey, look, parents, shout out. After your kids get done with the season here, make both of them their special treat, right? As they wrap down. They've worked hard during this winter basketball season. City League fans, we love you. Two young people. Hey, y'all dudes been a joy, man. I really enjoyed having you guys on the show. Hey. It's been fun. Best of luck to everything you do moving forward here today. And so then I got to read all the stuff, man, to get us out of here. So like I said, respect to you all. Listeners, please catch all future episodes on radio, WCBE 90.5 FM. Also, catch us on Spotify, Apple, or the platform you prefer to listen to your favorite podcast, and follow us, everybody, on Instagram at City League Sports 614. Follow these two guys on Instagram also. I'm guessing you got Instagram pages. We'll get that stuff up. Until next time, I'm your host, Dr. Vince Clarno, and this is City League Sports.